got an alternate if you wanted to elevate or just wait for a minute or two, or it's totally up to you. But the recording is enough for us to get. Whitney will do the minutes usually from the recording, so
Okay.
she's really,
And are one of you the applicant?
yes,
for-
Barbara.
I'm an applicant.
Barbara, hi. So we're missing one person right now.
From our ZBA.
Why don't we give him, if you don't mind, we're gonna give him about 5-10 minutes, and if he doesn't show up, then we'll go ahead, we'll put Celia in as the alternate. All right, let's give him just a little bit of time.
Have you
Thank
called us to order? or-
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna meet with the attorney after.
I'm sorry?
Yeah,
Okay.
7:30.
The attorney is coming in some of the, onto Zoom or team. Great, yeah, yeah. I guess we should send out a reminder again.
Yeah, I put it in there.
I saw it.
That helped me.
Hi, Mike.
Cause I had it on my calendar at 7.
Okay.
So this is expired. Got it all marked out. Yeah,
New one.
I had to reorganize mine for the tab for,
Where you like it?
yeah.
Yeah. Did you see they just sent out the sign up sheet for Shaker 7 yesterday?
No, I didn't say
Came out
that.
yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
I thought, oof. That's good. They sent it out early. Here's a little
A little poke.
nudge, yeah.
Are you gonna run in a race?
I try to do it every year. Yeah, and every year it's different degrees of having to get off the couch. Some years I'm better prepared
You
than
mean you
others.
don't go out and practice?
I do, no, I
Yeah, you
do,
got
but
it.
it's just, I
A little
have to
bit.
start, like, I used to start just 3 weeks before, it'd be okay. The older I get, I need now I need like 2 months, and it's less than 8 months at this point.
Well, but it's icy 2 months before the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
so-
Right. Oh,
See me running, you want to run too. I admire those of you who can have the mental to do that.
I don't call myself a runner, but I try to do this one every year, because it's like a measure of, how old I am. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Whitney. How you doing?
Yeah, for me, it's covered bridges.
What, you do covered bridges? That was my favorite.
It's a good race.
My favorite.
Lot of energy,
Yeah,
good idea.
yeah.
but it's a lot of miles. I haven't taken more than like 5.
I hadn't done it enough.
Broken, so it's.
My daughter called me last night. Want to do the Santa Barbara half marathon? She lives out there.
Oh, wow.
And,
Oh, that could be nice.
so I trained her for it, and I did.
Later in the season.
Yeah, it was like October.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So very nice.
Oh, there it is.
Hanging out in the lobby.
I've been to like 7 places today, every 4 meetings.
Yeah, it's 2 Mondays in a row.
Still, it's good to see you. So
Same here.
I have a request though. Can you bring Rusty next time? Celia has the dual appreciation for Irish setters that I.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I love them.
I saw old man Pellerin's, old man, he's probably not that much older than me, John's father.
Carl.
He has a small, a long-haired dachshund, and it literally looks like you put an Irish setter in a dryer. I'm like, I could keep that with me all the time. Yeah.
All right, Whitney, you good to go?
Yeah.
And we're live? Okay, it's 6:39. I'm gonna call the Enfield Zoning Board meeting on May 13th together. We are now officially in session.
Dan,
Yes, ma'am.
before we
finish.
start that case, I have a procedural point I'd like to make. I've discussed it with Rob, and there are copies for anybody who wants it. I'm gonna read it so I make sure I do it right. The ZBA is a publicly elected committee of the town. It's mandated by the state for every town in New Hampshire, even the ones without zoning. Everything we do must always be open and above board. We deal with people's lives, hopes, and money. We are bound by the law. Therefore, outside of official warned meetings, two of us may speak together. If three or four or more, we cannot discuss ZBA business and probably shouldn't speak at all. There cannot be emails among us, even BCCs. We can legally communicate via Rob, who can email the group, and he can list things on the agenda at Dan's request. The state has recently required that we do findings of fact for every case. We have always discussed that as a group. I have a copy for you, Whitney. Our minutes for April 2025 contain findings which we did not discuss. They were added to the minutes. Legal
Mr. Chairman,
portion
this
is-
is not a point of order and it does not belong in a public hearing.
Yes, it does.
It's not a point of order.
It didn't. I didn't say it was a point of order. I said
Yeah.
it was a procedural point.
Tim, I'm gonna let her continue. Please, Susan, go ahead.
Without the people who present whose cases we heard, will we be able to discuss those findings of fact tonight? We're fortunate that Mr. Kelleher did not choose to appeal our decision about Pillsbury
We're
Street.
bringing an applicant into an open meeting that should not be, you
I have discussed
absolutely,
this with Rob, and I have 3 more sentences, and I'm gonna say them.
and I object.
That's
For the record, thank you.
Tim, your objection is
The
noted.
30
I'm going to allow Susan to
for
continue.
appeal has passed, and Jim Kelleher spoke with Rob.
Yeah.
We could have been in a whole lot of trouble because the findings of fact weren't discussed here at the meeting. I'll say it again, we're bound by the law. Everything we do must be done publicly in an open meeting. And for everybody who wants one, please see the Whitney gets it. There are copies of what I have just said, and you have a copy.
I
I've
did-
said
let
it
me-
in public.
I want to go into non-public session. And I have a reason for it. A certain member's character could be disparaged under RSA 91A. So we should be going into non-public session, correct, Rob? If we are talking about another member.
No, who's she talking about? Who's she talking? Who are you talking?
She's not, I am.
Oh, you are.
All right, so Tim, that's noted. What I'd like to say in a public session, and then we can go to a non-public session. I apologize, I'm gonna have to ask you all to step out for a little bit, but you can stay for now. This is still public. Susan, your comments are noted. I wish you had respectfully given me a heads up on this beforehand. So I'm not looking for comments. Comments back, my turn. When I first took this chairmanship about a month ago, exactly a month ago, I was brand new and I told everybody at that meeting I would make mistakes. I did make a mistake in one of those cases where finding of facts were discussed in one, and I don't have the numbers exactly right, but I did not discuss findings of facts in all of those cases publicly. There was no ill intent. It was just a mistake on my part, and I apologize for that to everybody on the board, to the public, and I will do that to the applicant if he feels that's necessary. Subsequent to the meeting, I realized my error and I asked Mr. Finger, who had been charged with keeping finding of facts, to please provide me with the facts that he had. I reviewed them, I approved them, and I asked that they be put in the minutes. So any blame at all on this falls on me and nobody else. We will discuss the finding of facts that are in the minutes tonight. I don't think they are controversial. And we will approve the minutes with a vote, a majority vote, and we'll move forward. We'll put this behind us. And really surprised at the way it came up. We, as it relates to, emails going out with a blind CC, I am not sure I agree with you on that. And we will ask our, town attorney tonight,
Good.
about that.
Excellent.
And if we can find an RSA which addresses that, we will, correct that if that needs to be corrected. But that's all I have to say on the matter. Before we go to non-public, is there anybody else that would like to say something while we are in a public session?
I did it in a public session because I was saying that everything needs to be public. No intention of attacking anybody. I know this is that you just got elected.
I couldn't agree more. Everything needs to be public, and if there's any hint of an accusation in there, I resent that, because everything I do is transparent and public. And much of what we'll talk about tonight is directed at exactly that. So thank you. We will now go to non-public session. If you guys could please exit the room, if we could step out of Teams for a moment. Mr. Lenihan would like to say a few things.
Just for the purposes of going to non-public session, you need to have a vote
Thank you. Yes,
where
thank you.
all five of you actually say, yes, we want to go to non-public session.
Okay,
So you can have like a roll call vote.
okay, let's do a roll call vote. Celia, you will not be voting on this. Start with Tim.
Aye.
Do you want to go to you don't want to go to non-public? Do you want to go to
Because I
non-public?
think that it's-
Just yes or no?
Okay, no,
Do you want to go to
Doesn't matter,
non-public?
now it has to be none.
It has to be unanimous to go
You
to
said it was
non-public?
Rob, Rob, you said it was 5, didn't you?
Yeah.
No,
No.
no.
I
You all have to be on record as
You have
having,
to say, yeah.
and a motion will carry with three.
Yeah,
Do we also need like a motion in second?
Yeah, I think that would be
Okay,
good. A
then
formal
I'll
motion,
make
sorry.
mine the form of a motion and.
Do we have a second to go to non-public?
Second that.
We have a second. Your vote, Tim, is what?
Yay.
Susan?
nay.
Yes?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me stop the recording.
Okay.
And we'll stop.
Let
These
the
are
record
separate
show